All
Hey,
right. All right, y'all. So this is episode 36 of Petty and Friends. I'm so excited today. Go ahead and introduce our guest, bro.
we have the famous and funny and little person, LaNita Bryant.
You so disrespectful.
Hey, trash.
She fun size. I
She
don't
fun-
like fun size people,
you like fun sized people.
right?
Childish. He's childish.
Well, you're gonna make some people upset.
Okay, straight hashtag on your page.
I'll take it.
How's quarantining going for you?
Quarantine is has been interesting with an 8-year-old. Lots of questions.
Oh, he's trying to figure out why we in the house.
But nice. It's been cool. It's been cool. It's been very eye-opening. At first, it was a little stressful, but it's been a blessing in disguise, to be honest.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So, what new things have you picked up during this quarantine? Like new hobbies, new anything like that?
Honey, I am the nail tech queen of my household. Still cutting a little too far on other people's cuticles, but I ordered all my stuff from Amazon. Shout out to Amazon. They provide me with everything I need, and everybody nails is good from afar.
From afar.
Yeah.
That's all right. God is giving you time to perfect that thing.
Okay. But yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool. I've been really diving into my acting. We did a web series, and everybody was in quarantine, and we had an incredible editor that put everything together. So it came out really good.
That's awesome.
It's dope. That's creative. Yeah.
Yes. Are you able to give the name?
Yeah, so it's Corona Blues. We did 8 episodes, and it's on like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So Jeanette Greenwood wrote it. She's a genius. The entire cast is incredible. So that's been real fun.
I think that's amazing because I think a lot of people feel like since we're locked in that you have to be locked in physically and mentally, and I think that's whack. Like this is the time where you can really like create something new. Like be creative with it. How was that process though? Like was it difficult or was it just like I'm used to this, I can do it?
It was challenging because I'm used to being, of course, in person and feeding off the other person's energy.
Yeah.
And just here talking to myself, I was like, hold on. Call nobody. But no, it turned out really good. It did.
Adi, I know you had questions for her about her acting career. Like, what did you want to ask her?
So say you're doing a character. Like, how do you get into character? Like, what's your steps?
It depends on the character. If it's a very outgoing, big, bubbly personality character, of course, it isn't as hard to get in and out of character for. But if it's something dramatic, something where I have to like really dig into my own emotions, I literally have to go into a quiet place to prepare for it mentally and emotionally. And I remember doing a play a couple years ago that it took a while for me to come out of those emotions because they can really take over you if you let it.
Yeah, they'll linger on you. Yeah, I heard it from a lot of the first one come to mind is Michael B. Jordan. Once he played Killmonger,
yeah,
he said it took him a minute to like get out of that mindset.
Yeah, he also said that he had to seclude himself like from everybody just to get into that space. I couldn't imagine like your family probably be like, what is going on?
Right, especially my son. He's just like, okay,
Mama tripping.
For real. But no, I remember hearing Will Smith say that when he recorded for 7 Pounds, he said he had to pretend like his entire family was like non-existent. Wow. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, but it comes with it.
Yeah. That dedication to the craft is amazing.
Right.
That's crazy. How do you consistently get better though? Like, what do you do to improve?
Practice. Even if I'm not working on something else, I'm watching a movie and it sounds weird, but I really try to memorize what they're saying and get into just their emotions and stuff, and also online classes for acting. So I can stay fresh.
What's your overall what was I gonna say? Dang. How do you approach getting your name out there and being, you know, for lack of a better word, relevant? How do you put yourself out there to be able to be in the acting world?
To be honest, I don't feel like I've been putting myself out there enough. It wasn't until this year where I was like, I need to start recording videos. And even if people just see like my personality, it's like, okay, what is she doing? Or what is she getting ready to do? Well, what is she going to say?
Yeah.
So yeah, just really just being LaNita.
Yeah. Being visible is important.
Yeah.
I had to learn that myself because I was like, I don't never record videos.
Exactly.
I be just out here writing, but I don't be putting nothing up. So these kids don't read. I have to get it together. Did you want to ask her anything else about acting, bro?
Just kind of about acting, just performing, period. Like you're one of the other people. I know I get it sometimes too. They ask like why we don't do stand up. So I wanted to hear like your reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Both
people ask me that all the time. And I'm just like, I don't write anything. I don't prepare anything. If something comes out of my mouth that happens to be funny, I'll be like, that was funny? Oh, okay, no, that was funny. You know, I never thought about actually standing up in front of people saying, you know, knock, knock. That's just not, you know, I just say stuff.
Knock.
See, that's basically my answer when it comes to that too. They were like, why you don't do stand-up? I was like, I'm not really middle, like want the spotlight on me, but I could see myself like writing for somebody else, but I couldn't be up there telling the same jokes every night.
Right.
I told Adi that it would be cool for y'all to do something together because he calls me a pusher. He said I'm the pushy friend. He said I'm the pushy friend. But I just be like, bro, have you ever thought about doing this and this? And he'd be like, yes, Trina. Or no, Trina. But I think that y'all should definitely collaborate on something when it comes to like sketch comedy or something.
I'm open to that.
Look at him.
I gotta get on her level, so I'm gonna pitch her the idea, and then she gotta, cause she up here. I'm like, you know.
Stop. No, I'm always the same. Yes, I would love to do that.
Good. We gonna make it happen.
Yes. And see, now it's recorded, so I can be like, y'all remember on June 27th when y'all said y'all was gonna do.
I'm like, Katrina, it is 2054. That was 34 years ago.
And I'll be the one that bring it up for real. I'll be like, but you said.
I got proof.
Right.
In 2 ways.
No, I'm good with that. Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, when did you find out that this was your passion? Like, how did you even come into the acting world?
Ooh, so it's something that's been in the pit of my stomach since I was a little girl. And I remember dressing up in my grandmother's wigs and stuff, and her shoes. And I would just perform, which was normal to me, right? And then I want to say I was in the 10th grade. I went to this audition. My mama took me to this audition, and I got a call back. But then they were asking for money to like fly us out and this, that, and the third. And my mom, we didn't have the money. And I remember on my way home, I just like threw my whole little tablet out the window with like all my ideas. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do it. And I started into cosmetology. And I was like, the theater stuff, whatever. And then in 2016, when my grandmother passed away, I had a very incredible friend who's very persistent, Monique, who I love and adore so much. She was like, look, you need to take this energy and you need to use it. She's like, I know this lady and this lady know this lady. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And finally, like I went and met these incredible people and accidentally stumbled upon a role in their stage play. And ever since then, I'm like, okay, that's what I want to do. And
nothing is by accident.
True, that's true. But it's been a journey.
Yeah, it seems that way. But everything, it's worth it though.
It is.
That journey is worth it.
You can't fight that calling once it come calling for you. You gotta, it's gonna get you.
Right. I mean, because for so many years I was like, call me back. Then now I just be like, hello. Oh,
Straight to voicemail. Straight to voicemail.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
but no, it's been good.
So with acting and with life in general, there's highs and lows, right? So how do you go about like coping with the issues of your passion and then the issues of the world? Like, how do you cope with everything that's going on?
You mean everything as far as like the everything, or like just in general?
Like everything that's happening in the world and everything that could go wrong with your career, like the struggles of trying to get into that industry. So how do you cope with difficulties? I guess I should have said it like that.
That's okay. I was like, I just finished the 6th grade, but I give everything to God now. But before, when I wasn't giving it to God, I was all over the place mentally. You know, it's hard to make a decision, and you don't really know if you're doing it right. You know how people say, oh, there's no right way of doing it. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, God's way is the right way. Because if you want me to do it the worldly way, it ain't gonna turn out right. So I just honestly give everything to God now, and it just works itself out.
Yeah. Just like your shirt says.
What it say? I'm in my bag, but I'm in my Bible too. Shout out to Let's Gossip.
Yeah,
Amber and Monique. I love them. Yes. I'm little. This is a smile. I probably should have got an extra smile. I'm gonna try to. I love it.
Yeah, my neck ring.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had no shirts. I need to give me a shirt.
Yeah, I need to buy one too.
Yes, I love it. I love them.
Petty and Friends definitely supports Let's Gossip.
Of course, you gotta support them BOBs, even though we know them.
Yeah. Them what?
Them BOBs, the black-owned businesses.
Okay.
BOPs and black-owned podcasts. That's too woke for you.
Her face.
No. I thought you said V as in Victor.
Oh no, B.
Okay.
B.
That's my fault.
Okay.
Her face was priceless, bro. She was like, what?
Like, I don't support that now.
That's too funny. Like most people we all have went to different jobs. We've done different things to get to where we are now. So, what are you currently doing?
Honey, I got fired on my day off. No, I actually ended my career of 12 years to start a new job, at a new company. And I was there for like a month doing training. That last day, they was like, you are so awesome. We're going to close the offices down for 2 weeks. I was like, oh, okay. Woo, okay. And then as the offices were closed, I ended up getting an email. And they were like, unfortunately, we have to lay off the new hires and this, that, and the third. And I was just like, I ain't got no big butt, so I can't be stripping in these streets, because I ain't going to get that coin. But
oh, God.
No, I really had to go into prayer mode because I was in panic mode. I was like, I have a son. We have, all this stuff going on in the process of moving. And it's like my world stopped.
Yeah. And
I was like, let me get in this closet and pray because these lights finna get cut off.
Right.
But look, the lights. Look, the lights. Yeah, I mean, and he literally worked everything out. And the time that I've been off since February, what is this, June? Yeah, 4 months. God has provided absolutely everything. We haven't missed a meal. We haven't missed Family Feud because the TV on. Like, we in that thing. And I've also, this is the best that I've felt mentally and emotionally. And I never thought that I could feel this feeling without having a job or a career, But I feel creative. Like I've been writing a little something. And I feel good. I want to do something different. And now I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't want to work for nobody else. So I have some stuff in the works.
Tell you something about that life. God would definitely strip you of everything when he wants your attention. Clearly, look at the world.
For real.
But when he wants your attention, he's trying to tell you something. He will remove those idols and those things that distract us from what he's trying to say. And I'm glad that you that you went to prayer so that you could hear him even more, because that was on purpose.
Yeah.
Her face. I wasn't ready, but I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready for none of it. But like you said, I mean, I'm grateful that everything happened, you know, not necessarily the way that it did, but the why behind it. So it's all good.
This
That's
pandemic has opened up a lot of people's eyes and started stuff back, because we brought this podcast back during, like,
yeah,
we had been talking
about
about it, and then we were just like, let's just do it.
Yeah,
it's
that with a little help from my friend Timothy Paul Brown.
Yeah, Tim.
I love him. Shout out to Timothy.
Yes, he charged us to the game. He really did. He was like, so I was like, the tone.
It was
So
very aggressive.
Very aggressive. And he told us, he was like, if y'all don't bring the podcast back, I'm gonna troll y'all forever. I was like, you gonna troll us on social media?
I'd have been right behind him, supporting him, not even really knowing why, but I just support Timothy Brown.
He's such a mess. I was like, but it's not really our fault, bro. It really was like the computer crashed. That's what happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we back now, so that's all that matters.
Yes. I'm happy to be here. There.
Well,
yeah.
we have to have you on here. You definitely, even from before, when you came on before, your episode is probably one of the highest viewed episodes.
Shut up, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
That's one of my favorites, yeah.
That's one of my favorites too. Like, definitely one of the highest viewed. People
I don't
like
remember the last question, but I think Adi asked me a question. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember my answer, and I'm like, did I say that? Like, and they let them record it? Do you remember that?
I forgot what it was.
I forgot what it was.
Off wild crazy.
You have to go back and check it out.
No.
LaNita,
hold on, y'all, my feet getting numb.
See, that's them fun-sized people problems. You sit up and your feet just be dangling, so they just go numb.
I'm sick of it.
Don't pass out.
My leg.
Nah, don't pass out now, Jesus. Nah,
we not there to help.
We'll be like CPR through the screen.
Okay, I'm ready. We ready.
Okay, well, cool. Well, I will say this, you know, choosing the industry that you've chosen, it's kind of hard for some people to maintain their walk with Christ and do the career as well. So it's a challenge for some people. But what would you say to somebody that's struggling with being Christian and trying to be cool at the same time?
It shouldn't be a struggle.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be a struggle. And I think a lot of that comes from, I wonder what somebody else would think.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with anybody else. You know what I mean? And I feel like once you choose Christ, he's gonna have, I mean, that's the blueprint to everything. If you know, if you see an open door, if you are unsure about it, that's not the one Christ opened for you. Right. You know what I mean? And just pray about everything. If you read over a script or something and it doesn't sit right in your spirit, because all exposure isn't good exposure. I've had the opportunity to play a little dirty role, and I was like, "What's the pay?" But no, and after really reading through it, I was just like, I can't see myself doing this. You know, compromising myself, especially something that's going to be out there forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. People struggle to separate real from fake too. So. You definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, put everything in God's hands. And I know I'm making it sound like it's so easy to just be like, yeah, Lord, because it's not. I still fall short. Shut up, Adi.
No, I was agreeing.
I do. I still fall short. You know what I mean? But by His grace and His mercy, I mean, He be like, all right, LaNita, I see you. I be like, I know you saw that. Forgive me. And me and God, we just keep it moving.
Yeah, some people fall shorter than others. You know, since we just talking about short.
He just had to do it. He just
I
had
let
to
it
do it.
slide the first time. It couldn't just.
I feel like I've grown a little bit during the quarantine too. Like my,
She done
go ahead.
stretched out.
Just
Like your height, or you mean like spiritually? Because I've grown spiritually too. You know?
no, like
Your height. Oh,
She said mentally, physically, and spiritually, she has
yeah.
grown.
I believe it. Yeah, you grew a little bit. Yeah, I see it too. You sitting tall in that chair a little bit.
Them shoulders, she said.
She got that good posture. Yeah, you a little tall.
shut up.
Too funny. Man, how important is it to be around like-minded individuals?
Very, very. I've exited so many people out of my life.
Gotta go.
Even if it's one person that's negative in your life, it can be family, it can be friend, it can be a spouse. If that person doesn't sit right up in here, like you have to let that go. And when you first decide to choose yourself, it's gonna be tough because I mean you feel selfish and you feel like, you know, like dang, I've known this person most of my life or my whole life. But once you get rid of that, God's just like, here go a blessing, here go a blessing, here go a blessing. You're like, oh, what was that?
It's true.
Yeah. So you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah. People do block your blessings low key.
Mm-hmm.
They do. That's why I feel like it's important for us to have at least 5 non-negotiables when it comes to friendships and relationships.
Yeah.
You got to have some non-negotiables because some people just can't be in your space.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have a few non-negotiables when it comes to friendships and relationships?
I have anything. I don't have a list of things that I don't accept. I just know that if it appears, I'm like, I don't accept that.
Red flag.
You know? Yeah, like that's it.
Flag on the plate.
Right. It will probably be more organized to say, okay, well, yeah, it's this, and this, but you know, everybody's different. And sometimes, you know, you may have a standard that you think, well, maybe that's a little too high, you know, and I struggle with that too. And then when you go back and look over, you're like, nah, that wasn't too high at all. Now you done messed me up. You know, so no, I don't tolerate anything that doesn't sit right in my spirit. Seriously.
That's too crazy. Yeah. I mean, that's real.
No, I didn't. She in there.
You were talking about cutting negativity out. I almost put one of my kids out because I was just getting a brownie as a snack. You know, just getting a brownie. You know what I'm talking about? Another brownie today? I was like, what? Like,
I bought them.
Take your bags. You got to go.
You can leave, right? I support that.
Talking about another brownie. And this could be my 3rd brownie of the day. Why you counting?
Might make it 4, so it's even. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Just counting them because you eating them and she want to eat them. That's all that is.
Probably what it was. You probably right.
She like, nah, fam, you eating too many. I ain't gonna have enough for the week. Who was it?
Is it the Little Debbie's? Is it the Little Debbie brownies?
Yeah, the Little Debbie's. You know they good. They put a little crack in them. I went to rehab for a little bit, but you know, I'm good now.
Little Debbie is a drug dealer. Little Debbie is a drug dealer. Different. For real. Let me tell you something.
Different.
Them Christmas trees.
Oh my God.
Back in the I ain't even gonna lie, them Christmas trees used to get me all the time.
I've never had one.
Don't
do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Because it ain't Christmas till I eat one.
Right. Them dang Christmas trees. Good old little Debbie. Anyway, she's the culprit. The culprit. Shout out to Debbie. Shout out to Big Deborah at this point.
Big
Deborah. Gang.
LaNita, you always have had like a happy spirit. Like it transfers to all of us. Like your spirit is very potent, so it's a good thing. I wanted to ask you, how do you define happiness and success with that type of perspective?
Ooh.
That's
It's
a
just,
professional question right there.
yeah, I was waiting for the third episode. You just have to have it. And you have to understand. I got professional too, didn't I? No, I think the first thing is you have to accept the fact that joy comes from within. And once you realize that, nothing and nobody can change that.
Preach.
Yes. And I mean, I've never been like a materialistic kind of person, but I've been around people that are. And you can just see a change when they don't really get what they want, or it's not the way that they want. And that's so unfortunate. Yeah. And I have had people make me happy. Like, and I'm going to bring this up for the last time. My grandmother, she was just joy. And I felt like after she transitioned, she took that joy with me. And I had to put everything into perspective and say, she didn't take anything from me. She gave me all the tools that I needed. So I feel like I'm equipped with all the love and all the joy. And it's for spreading. And when it comes to success, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes people look at where they are today and may feel like, dang, this is not where I want to be. I'm 35 years old and I'm not married, or I'm not this, I don't have children, or whatever that may be. And it's like, honey, take your time. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if you rush it or not, it's all God's timing anyway. So why not do what you got to do and apply yourself? So you can, you know what I mean? You just measure your own life. Everything is you and God. Did that answer the question? Because I feel like I got out.
Nah, that was good. No, you were right on track. Right on track, for real. That I feel like people need to hear people describe that, because especially the younger kids, like they always think that things are one way because of how they see it on social media, but in real life, you don't see all the work that they did before they got to that point. And you don't even know if that's true, what they posted.
Because I got 19 and 20-year-olds mad because they don't have a house and married yet. I was like,
bruh, you don't want them problems
on my mind at 19 and 20.
You don't even want them problems. First of all, having a house is a whole responsibility in itself. Like, if something breaks, you own it. You gotta fix it. There ain't no landlord, fam.
Like 19 and 20, that's just the pressure of the world on them.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I was still eating crayons at 19, but go ahead. Go ahead.
And I think marriage is one of those things too. It's like everybody, like clearly all my friends married, the majority of them. Like, I feel like the majority of my friends is married with children. And a lot of times people feel like they have to try to reach that quickly because everybody else is doing it. I'm like, that works for them. So I have to be okay with, I'm okay with my decision, but I can't worry about if other people are okay with it.
Right. I'm transparent moment. I got married at a very young age. I think I was like 20, 21. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a happily ever after. I didn't know life was longer than the next few years. But we ended up getting a divorce. And I was like, dang, I don't want anybody to know I'm divorced. Like, that's, like,
yeah.
And I remember my son was about 5 or 6, and I was filling out a field trip form. And he was like, Mommy, why your last name different from mine?
Wow.
I gave that last name back, honey. I gave it to you. But I felt like I fell short for myself, for him, for everybody around me. Because like you said, when I was getting divorced, people were getting married. Mm-hmm. And it was like, wait, did I do this backwards? But it's all good once you, again, stop focusing on what everybody else thinks and do what makes you happy. That's it.
That's it.
I don't know where that came from.
No, that's real though. I appreciate you sharing that with us. That's real, honestly.
Yeah.
Nobody else's happiness is your responsibility. So you shouldn't be worried about what nobody else is doing. Just focus on you. Focus on yourself.
Worry about yourself.
Oh, that's what she said. Yeah, worry about yourself. I knew I said it wrong when it came out. I was like, damn, that's wrong. But yeah, you got something you want to ask her, bro?
Are you ready for my question?
I feel like I'm asking a lot of questions. I want you to make sure you asking questions too.
I just got my
I'm never ready
question.
for his questions. What?
I just got my petty question. Are we ready? Is it petty time yet?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do the petty time.
Okay, all right. So of course it's called Petty and Friends.
Uh-huh.
So we just gonna go recently. Like in the last couple of months, like what's the pettiest thing you've done? That many, huh? Okay, all right.
No, I'm really trying to think because I've really been like to myself, I've been a good person. I still block people. Is that petty or is that growth?
That's growth.
That's
though.
growth.
It matters why you block them though. Like if they say like Beyonce can't act and you block them, like that's
Block.
petty. Yeah.
I mean, she can't. Wait a minute.
That's true.
That came out fast. It's not that she can't, because I can't sing. You're not gonna hear me singing about no Halo.
Yeah.
But if she would apply herself to acting and she's done with the rest of her career, I think she'll be a bombshell. I'm still gonna go see Black Panther 2 with or without her. I love her. I'm not in a beehive, but I love her.
Yeah.
I'm not in the beehive either. I can't afford
I'm
it.
allergic to bees.
I can't afford it. It's too expensive.
Okay. What? You in the Navy? Are you in the Navy?
Are you in the Navy? Am I no?
The Rihanna Navy?
The Rihanna Navy.
I'm not in no groups. I don't think I'm a hooligan for Bruno, but I ain't everybody else. I ain't. Yeah, that's I only can afford one. The hooligans.
What's Bruno?
Hooligans.
The hooligans?
Yeah.
Oh, it should have been like the Martians or something, because it's Mars. No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I like that one. I like that one.
He calls his band is called the Hooligans, so we just fall under that.
Okay.
Now Rihanna, I'm not in the Navy, but I do propose to Rihanna like every 3 months or so on Twitter. Like it's nothing.
I
crazy.
love her though. I'm ready for some new music though.
I do too. Like she been knowing I love her for a while. How long Twitter been out? I've been continually proposing that she marry me, but
he a whole man.
This is being recorded. Are you not embarrassed?
No, that's public information. You can just go on there and see, like, Rihanna, will you marry me? Like,
she gonna be blocked. Blocked.
I ain't got blocked yet, so I'm doing something right.
He's a mess.
Yeah, I can't think of anything petty. What about y'all? What have y'all done?
Ooh, let me think.
Oh,
I think I have to go outside of the quarantine.
Okay.
Because let me think of something. What did
you
I
gotta go before because we really ain't been around nobody.
Yeah, like one of my students. Yeah, this is a good one. One of my students.
When you lean up into it, like, oh, about to get good.
So we make these things called play sheets for our students. And like, it's basically a step-by-step things that they need to do for the week. And so basically he had a test coming up and this specific student does not study at all, like at all. So I lied to him and told him that test was earlier than expected. So he would actually study and be ready for the next week. So I was doing everything. Text him like, don't forget the test is on Friday. Like literally I committed. He passed.
But that's so good.
That's smart though. That's petty. That's petty in a good way.
He was mad.
See, you can be petty in a good way, people.
He was mad though. He was like, "You had me stressing." I was stressing. I was like, "Well, you passed though." But did you die?
Yeah.
But did you die?
Be like, I almost did. What about you?
I think just usually with my kids, because they act like they not daddy's girls half the time when their mama around.
Aww.
So they're like, no, we staying with mama. I was like, okay, well, y'all ain't going with me then, cool. So I went and got a snow cone, so I came back.
You are horrible.
So good. They were like, where mine? I was like, y'all said y'all didn't want to come.
That's rude, Adi. That's so rude.
I said, y'all want to ride with me, y'all gonna miss out. That was a hint. They didn't take their hint. They missed out.
Don't do my godchildren like that. Don't do my godchildren like that.
They made that decision. You gotta take accountability.
But if they knew all the stipulations in the situation, Lord Jesus.
Life lessons. That's what we're teaching over here.
Pray for them, please, LaNita. My godchildren be over there. Missing out on snow count.
They petty too, though.
They are.
What are they doing?
They saw an old picture of me. They were like, "Daddy, you were skinny." I was like, "You keep putting like that? What happened?" I was like, "All right, chill."
Ooh.
But did you explain to them what happened?
What was I supposed to tell them? They happened, so I got like sympathy weight, and then life. I don't know. I got old.
They are 33 years old. What have you done?
Sympathy weight.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I still do that. I'm like, well, I got a kid. I got a little food, but I got a kid though. I'm like, he's 8.
How's he doing?
Better than me, okay?
Well, that's every parent's hope though. So
man, he's so mature. So he goes from he'll pick one thing to learn everything about, and then he wants to teach me. So recently, and this is not petty, recently, because sometimes I don't have all the answers, you know, sometimes I wait till he go to bed and be like, hey Siri, what's the capital of, you know, but then he wants to quiz me about it. And I'm like, son, I don't know. So it went from dinosaurs. He was like, Mama, what's the strapalopalocus? And where was it? I'm like, I don't know, baby. I don't know. Go brush your teeth. Siri, what's the strapalopalocus? And Siri's like, I do not know what you are saying. But
you failed me, Siri.
For real. I ought to get an Android. But
don't do that.
Nah, he's cool. What? Oh, you got an Android? Oh yeah.
I got a Samsung 10. Y'all just like, all Androids are not the same.
They're not. They're not. I say every phone does something great, different, but they do something great. So because I used to be a strong Galaxy user until y'all bought me that iPhone.
Man,
they had to buy me one though. Like I was supposed to buy.
For real?
Yeah, Tiffany, Adi, you had help with that too, right, bro?
Yeah, I put in on it.
Yeah, they was tired of me not answering their phone calls and stuff, and they bought me my first iPhone.
Yeah, because your phone was a struggle.
That's a good friend. That's good friends for you. Look, I am an entrepreneur. I had to save my chips. I was like, y'all get me when you get me. Nah, I'm very appreciative.
I love it. And then she turned her back on you with your Android.
That's fine, you know, as long as she answering them phone calls and texts, I'll take it.
I answer them. I call y'all way too much. I know my best friends I get on their nerves. But I don't care. I call them all the time. I call Adi, like it'd be like 2 or 3. If I have something to say, I'll just call them like, oh, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, like, I'll be texting her, mid-text replying, she'll just call. So what was you gonna say? All right, let me delete the whole text.
At this age, texting to me, like I ain't even gonna lie, if the text get beyond 3 lines,
it's too much. You're supposed to call.
Too much for me. I'll be like, I'm just supposed to call. Like, what are you talking about? Too much texting.
Once it's past 3 lines, you're like, man, it's a whole news article.
It is. I'm a writer. I get tired of writing sometimes. We write all day. I have to ask you this, LaNita, because this just is a hot topic right now, and I just want to know. How do you feel about the B. Simone comment about wanting a man that's an entrepreneur versus a 9-to-5 person? Did you hear about that or see that? I had to ask.
Pump the brakes. It wasn't about her wanting. She said, I won't date a 9-to-5.
Yeah, well, okay, well, that's what I meant. Let him explain it that way, but yes. I want to know what LaNita think. And I want to know what you think too. Yeah, I want to know what you think too.
That's not, and I'll say this first. Everybody has their preference. Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily feel like you have to explain why you have that preference.
Yeah.
I know extremely successful 9-to-5 people, and I know extremely successful entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So you will never hear me say, "Oh, I prefer." No, are the lights on? Are we hungry?
Yeah,
like we good. You know what I mean? But I have a very grateful heart. I'm not a very picky person.
Yeah. That makes sense. Now I got to hear what you think, bro, because I
Then
haven't gotten
look,
to ask you.
We gonna leave it at that. Look, go ahead.
then look, if she would have said she prefers an entrepreneur over a 9 to 5, then I don't think she would have got no flack at all. But the
Yeah.
fact that she said I won't date, and then that's when clicked in my head. Like when it comes to relationships, if you saying you just not gonna date this one type of person, then you cutting off who could be your soulmate just because some God didn't put in your heart. You just doing it just because you hard headed. Like
Yeah.
what's
And
even
I understand that, but that's
yeah.
like, okay, if a successful woman said, I won't date a guy that work at a fast food restaurant, is that fair? I mean, that's kind of the same thing she's saying. I don't agree or disagree with her. I'm just saying, and there are women that will say that. Well, and there are men that will say, I don't want to date a woman that ain't got no big booty. I don't have to worry about that because mine is big. But you understand what I'm saying?
I'm going to explain it from somebody who is an entrepreneur. Now, I wish she would have said it like this because I feel like this would have helped her. I personally feel like I want to date someone who has entrepreneur mindset. So I don't care if you're working a 9 to 5 or if you are an entrepreneur. I just want you to be like mentally in your head, like, how can we strategize to make these things pop? You know what I'm saying? Or be solution minded. So I wish she would have said that instead of I want an entrepreneur, because that might not be what you really want. Like you just think that or whatever. So
did she ever come back and correct herself?
She's sticking with what she said. Like, I mean, I do agree with this though. If it's your preference, it's your preference. Like, she shouldn't have to explain why she wants an entrepreneur. Like, I don't have a problem with her wanting to only date an entrepreneur. That's on her. That's her. You know what I'm saying? You are cutting out a major amount of people because everybody is not gonna be able to make it as an entrepreneur. It's not for this life is not for everyone. It's hard.
That's why I tell people, they're like, well, she got to have a big booty or she got to be light skinned. I'm
That's
like,
dumb.
you probably missing out on your soulmate just because you got these stipulations on that.
Yeah.
They're like superficial. Like it makes no sense to me.
The list will always get you listing what God wants for you. And that's real. Like making lists will always deter you from what he has for you. So
what made that comment even more viral worthy was the book that she put out. It was basically copy and pasted from a book that was already out. So she tried to spin the manifestation of her having an entrepreneurial spouse into manifestation. I was like, no, that's not the way you put it. It's not manifestation. But then to come find out that you done stole the book that you didn't release,
what?
It makes you look horrible.
You know what she said though? She said that she hired someone to like I don't know if she did it like she the one who did it, but apparently whoever was ghostwriting in her book took specific quotes from somebody else that's a blogger and they put it in the book, but she said she didn't know.
Of course you're supposed to say that.
I'm just playing advocate.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like she said
the same thing. I didn't know nothing about what I mean,
because there's not a lot of words in the book anyway. Like it's mostly a workbook. But yeah,
that's another thing.
I'm not trying to be petty at all. I'm being very
I know, but that was funny to me because she was like, "Read my book," and it's a workbook. I was like, "Well, I'm supposed to read what I put down." I got class, but it's cool. It's not hate.
Gosh, Petty and Friends, Jesus.
Now I have to get this book that somebody else wrote.
Get the original. They took her book off the shelf, but she said she took it off.
Yeah, and she said she's been reaching out to the young lady that they say wrote the stuff, like the actual person who wrote some of those quotes. So she's been reaching out to her to like try to, I guess, resolve the situation because she said she didn't know.
Okay, so I've never written a book. When you write a book, don't you write the book, or is there such thing as like a ghostwriter for your book?
There is. Most celebrities, they have a person that comes in and ghostwrites the book. Basically, they explain to them the different things that happen in their life. Like they meet with them, like we doing now. It's like a conversation. And that person puts it together for them. So technically, they didn't write the book. Technically, they're just the face. The person who put that book together wrote that book.
I wish somebody ghostwrite my book.
And most people, I can ghostwrite it for you.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, he don't
him.
want me to write it. He don't want me to write it. No, I'm just playing. But
because you writing your own book, so I'm put my book on top of your book.
Look, that's another stream of income.
There you go.
Hold on, are you in the process of writing another book?
Yes, I'm already done with it.
Oh, I done told it.
It's
my
okay.
bad.
No, I tell her. I said,
because I got the first one. The first one is everything. But go ahead.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I'm releasing the next one in the fall, and it's gonna come with a subscription box. So I'm gonna do quarterly subscription boxes for it, and it's for the youth. It's for student athletes. But then I'm gonna re-release the other book too, to have subscription boxes for that too. So that's the goal.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm looking at you, but I don't know where you are on your screen. Are you right here? Are you right here?
Are you right here?
Are you?
How do you have to lay it out, Trina, so she can look at you like you down?
I'm in the
no,
middle.
you down. You down.
I'm in the middle.
Oh, okay.
It's like stacked. So I'm in the middle.
Okay, no.
Yeah, but I mean the two books that I lost when my computer crashed, I basically rewrote both of those already during quarantine. So it'll be a parent book being released as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
sounds like I'm not youthful or athletic.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna have another book coming out. My goal is to have. Look, I'm gonna put it out there. Maybe I'll manifest this. My goal is to have to release 3 books before the end of next year. So before the end of 2021, I should have released 3 books.
Okay.
Now that's the correct way to manifest stuff for the people watching.
Just like at the end of this year, I need to have at least 6 to 10 products produced to be able to sell, to be a full-time entrepreneur, because it's coming.
Yes, it is.
May 16th, 2021, I'll be full-time.
There you go, because you got to fly me to Hawaii one time.
When I get to that point where I can ball out, I definitely will.
You can put me right in a suitcase. So
Not in a suitcase.
The regular one, too, because she going to fit.
You're going to have to check her and be like, don't put her don't put her in the carry-on, put her in the check so she can have space down there.
terrible.
He's horrible. Yeah, I'm proud of all of y'all, like all the friend group. I feel like even though we may not be where we want to be, we're on track to getting where we need to be. So yeah. I'm super excited about that. You got any closing remarks, bro? Because I have one more. No. I have one more question to ask her.
Get it.
So if you knew then what you know now, would you do anything differently?
Mm-hmm. I would shut up and listen.
That's good.
Not to other people. Shut up and listen to that inner, you know what I mean? I would believe in myself more. I would love myself a lot more, because I really just started loving LaNita, that's a whole nother story. But
it changes.
Yeah.
It definitely changes you. Once you start, that self-love is real. And when you become self-aware, you can't run from yourself. It's like, look, you're going to get it together, or I'm going to get you together.
And it will get you together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I want to say this real quick, too. I had to answer a question. Somebody asked me, what was the hardest part for you when it comes to, like, stepping into your career? And my answer was similar to yours. I was like, it took me a long time to embrace my gifts, because I didn't view them as gifts. So I think that's important to say too. I hope everybody really just like pays attention to those things that you love to do and that comes natural to you, because those are gifts. So
mine slapped me in the face.
Did it?
Yeah, like from last episode with coaching and everything. And I was like, what did you see in me? Because I sure didn't see it beforehand. But then once I got into it, it was like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Do this.
You'll feel it. So I'm glad that you're in your lane, LaNita. You're gonna do a lot of good stuff.
Oh, thank you. I've been following Tabitha Brown on Instagram for a very long time.
Love her.
Yes, like, and I know she vegan and stuff, and sometimes I be eating like a hot wing while I was watching her. But no, she made a video a couple weeks ago, and she was just saying, she was like, I cook, I'm not a chef. She's like, I'm an actor, I'm this, that, and the third. And she's like, this all just came from me being myself. She's like, I don't have a degree or a certificate in this or that. And she is blowing up. Like,
yes, she is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of her. And I feel like any of the, your youth, I mean, if they're not following somebody positive aside from you, she's a great person to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. She crazy.
Like, I trust her, and I don't trust a lot of people.
Yeah. I love hearing about her story. They did an interview with Kev on Stage and his wife. If y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to go check that out. The Love Hour. She did it with her husband. She talked about her entire journey. But in reality, her blowing up on social media, it's only been months. It has not been years, but her story is, I mean, of course, long, the process, but initially her following what God told her to do, it blew up in months. Like, this is insane, but it's beautiful to see. Beautiful to see. Well, but yes, LaNita, well, we appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on Petty and Friends.
Thank you for having me. I love y'all so much.
All-star guests.
All-star guests. We need to have, that's a good idea, bro. We need to have like an all-star return. The top show, people who had the top shows, and bring them on one show together.
Okay.
Yeah. In person. All-star hanging with the homies session.
That's gonna be a wild episode.
It's definitely gonna be you and Deep Easy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deep Easy like an honorary host, low key.
Yeah.
He's so awesome.
He is funny. He's doing good too. I'm proud of him. We proud of you, Deep Easy. But yeah, all right. Well, LaNita, I guess we will let you go. And y'all remember, don't just be petty.
Be a friend.